Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Soul Seeds, where my guest expert for today is Ashley. And Ashley is a meditation guide and a Reiki master. And today we are going to discuss the topic of birthing what you desire into this world. So thank you, Ashley, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to have this conversation because
Thank you.
we really can birth whatever we would desire into this world,
Mhm.
whether that is children or whether it is other things. And it really all comes from the same space and place within us.
And I would love to know, is birthing what you desire the same as manifestation?
Yes and no,
Mhm.
my opinion. Um, Birthing what you desire to me is really coming from your sacral chakra and your sacral energy and your creative energy. And that is also where your reproductive organs are housed. So that is also affecting your ability to reproduce and to birth children, as well as whatever you wish to birth out into the world. So I have birthed, and my path has been birthing children the hard way and the easy way, I say. So using a fertility clinic versus the natural holistic way and realizing both were possible and what felt better in my mind, body, and spirit. And so from my own personal experience, I then birthed my holistic fertility coaching business to help women who are struggling with infertility because I don't feel like there is enough support out there beyond outside medical intervention. And
Mm.
so I really feel like that is something that I needed to put out into the world and that I birthed from my own experience and knowing that there's so much more that we can be tapping into that perhaps we weren't aware of. And really also birthing throughout my journey, when I was a child, I wrote a book. And
Mhm.
then when I conceived naturally, I realized the importance of letting go and I threw away all my writing
Oh, wow.
only a few only a few years later to become a best-selling author in 3 different books. So we really can birth whatever we desire into the world, but we also have to release the timeline and the expectation and the how,
Mhm.
which we are not so good at
That's,
doing.
yeah,
So
I just wanted to say, like, okay, how are we going to do that?
yes, it's it's a practice, and I think that really there has to be really a deep establishment of trust within yourself and belief within yourself and just an inner knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be and that nothing is going to miss you. You're not ahead, you're not behind.
Mhm.
We tell ourselves a lot of stories that aren't necessarily true or don't necessarily serve us.
Hmm. And how can we tap into that sacral area where we can birth it?
There are lots of ways to do that. I mean, you can use your creative energy in any way that you desire, whether that is through music or art or writing or whatever it is for you. But to have that creative outlet for yourself is going to allow that energy to flow within you. And then you will be surprised by what you create. But it's all in there. But sometimes we view that as play or how is that going to get me the result that I am seeking? And we don't see sometimes the value in the small things
Hmm.
sometimes. And sometimes those are the areas that we need to embrace and celebrate and allow into our lives so that we can truly birth what we wish to into this world.
Hmm. And you say it comes from this sacred place, like your sacral chakra. And what if we have a blocked sacral chakra?
Then it's very important to work with your sacral chakra in a way that is balanced to bring it back to balance and to know if it's excessive or it's deficient and to realize if you're sort of leaking energy out into the world.
Mhm.
And it's also where our emotions are housed. So it is one of the sort of chakras that is used and where energy can be flowing out of you and into you
Mm,
without you being aware and conscious of it. And so by having that, and it's not that you are always going to stay in this space and place. You're not just this container that nothing is going to affect and you're just going to stay
mm,
this way. It's life is going to happen, but it's knowing that and then being able to bring that back into your life for yourself.
mhm. And
That's
how can
really what
we
I love
make,
to offer
yeah.
for people is initially to guide them, but then for them to have the awareness to be able to do that and to see that for themselves and realize, oh, this is showing up for me because whatever is showing up for us is a signal and a sign of imbalance. So to have that
Yeah.
awareness of, you know, if I'm losing my voice or my throat chakra. I mean, your sacral is connected to your throat chakra. So if
Mm,
something is showing up in one area, it's often going to show up in another area as well. And then
mm,
knowing that that is what you need to tend to, and that is what is asking for your care and attention, and to notice those signs and signals early before they develop into other things.
mm. And how can we create more awareness around that?
But by being present and noticing and paying attention to yourself day in and day out, because
Mm,
often we are just going through the motions and living life unconsciously,
mm,
and to self-reflect and to have that self-awareness and to have practices where you actually are taking that journey inward and it's not all about what's happening externally around you.
and how can we do this as a daily practice? Because, like you said, we live in a fast-paced world and we don't really pay attention to what's going on our inside. So how can we focus more on that and make that a daily, like, awareness practice almost?
I love to end my day with just brain dumping, and so that I am just clearing my mind of any chatter, any thoughts, anything that I perceived did not go my way throughout the day, anything that perhaps upset me, anything that I wish I had done differently, anything that is really energetically sort of weighing me down,
Mhm.
so that I can take that time and opportunity to clear that and so I can go to bed with sort of a blank slate and what my hopes and dreams are for tomorrow versus dragging what went on today into tomorrow, into the next week, month, day, year.
Mhm. No,
Because we
but
do
still,
that.
I, yeah, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, we do. Well, I would love to know a bit more about how it is different still to manifestation, because you say you can birth anything you want, but still also manifestation also comes kind of from that place. I mean, to me at least. So how is it still different?
To me, manifestation is coming from your solar plexus more and your place of personal power.
Mm,
And so with your personal power, you have to be on an energy and a frequency of deservingness and worthiness that what you are calling in, you're on the same frequency as that
mm,
because you may desire a new job, a new house, a new car, whatever the thing is.
mhm,
But if you don't believe that you are worthy of receiving that, if you don't believe that's actually possible for you, then you're never going to be able to have what you're truly desiring come to you with ease. It doesn't mean that it won't, but what is the path or the route that you want to take to get there?
mm. And birthing from your sacral has a different frequency, or?
I would say it's just a different energy. It's coming
Mm,
from a different place from within you. And with manifestation, with your personal power and your solar plexus,
mhm,
it's not just putting your, I think where a lot of people get lost is manifestation is I just need to put my hopes, dreams, desires out there into the world and then they're going to come to me. But you
mm,
also have to take that action
mhm.
towards it. And I
Inspired
think that's
action. Yeah.
often what is a missing piece for people, or they're not taking as much action as they need, or in the desired way that is going to get them the result that they're seeking. And I think that is where a lot of people have that missing piece, and they think, well, it's not working for me, or that doesn't work for me. And also, we have to release the timeline of when, because
Mm,
we have our own timeline and the universe has a timeline. So it's it's a balance of working towards it
Hmm.
and then keeping that hope and that faith and that personal power that just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen or it's not possible. And I think we sometimes have tunnel vision and limit ourselves because things aren't working out in the time and fashion and manner in which we wish to receive them.
Mm. And how important is it to be aware of what you truly want instead of what you think you want?
That that is key. That
Mm.
is key because sometimes that isn't in alignment. And when you can find that alignment and that balance for yourself, then everything flows with ease and simplicity. And things are coming to you instead of you chasing them. And there's a vast difference and there's energy and a frequency to that that is vastly different.
Mm. Well, thank you so much, Ashley.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.